Hi there VC, it's Steve Whitty here and in video, recent listens video number 18, where I'm going to show another 10 albums that I've recently purchased and listened to for the first time. Hope everyone's well. I've had a good week. It's been great over the UK, the weather's been good. Yesterday was, I think, the last hurrah of summer. Today it's a little bit darker out there, it's a little bit dingier. I think going to get rain all week. I think autumn and eventually winter's going to come. We're not far from having to turn our clocks back an hour, so dark nights are coming in. But one advantage of dark nights and having to stay in more is you get a chance to listen to some music. So, as I said, here are 10 albums that I've recently listened to. So, without further ado, let's show the first one. And this is The Dead Kennedys. This is Fresh Fruit for Rotting Vegetables, which was released in 1980. The band's debut album in the UK. Remember, first being blown off my feet, the first time I ever heard California Uber Alice. It's sort of like the LA punk scene. It sort of gave a bit of blast of energy to sort of punk new wave. I heard it on Peel Show. And then obviously followed it with Holidays in Cambodia. This was released on the Cherry Red label. Other songs on here: Kill the Poor, Let's Lynch the Landlord. They do a version of Viva Las Vegas. It's a great album. And when I brought the CD reissue, which had the DVD history of the band, and you realise that Jello Biafra, the singer, was he's a bit of a character, as I would say. He ran for mayor in 1979 of San Francisco on the policy of one of the main policies, I think, was he was going to make civil servants wear clown suits, all government workers, and he come fourth out of 10 candidates, which was quite amazing to think about it at the time. So, yeah, a great classic punk album if you haven't heard. Next, compilation, Best of the Doors. This was quite a cheap pickup. Had the CD of this years ago. It's got all the stuff that you know and love from the Doors. So, I think this came out 1985. Yeah, you got sort of iconic photo Jim Morrison on the front, and you got the band on the back there. That must have been around the '67 period when they broke out. Yeah, Jim Morrison. We all know. What a singer he was. Great singer, lyricist. I suppose we're coming up, only a couple of years away from the 50th anniversary of his passing, or disappearance, whatever you want to say. So yeah, and if you haven't got any Doors, if for those of you new to VC, new to Barn, we haven't got any Doors, this is a good place to start. Possibly one of my favourite metal albums. This is Queensryche Operation Winecrime, released in 1988 on the EMI Manhattan label, which is sort of like EMI's label for American artists at that time. I can feel my throat starting to go a little bit. That's better. It's just a classic album. I brought the CD when it first came out. Used to play it lots. I used to particularly play it late at night when in the dark. Just great. As a concept album, the story runs, and that's what you want for the concept album. But then on top, the songs are half decent as well, which made it help. And then interspersed with the characters, Dr. X, played by, it was Anthony Valentine, English actor. And then you had Sister Mary, and I can't remember the name of the person who, at the moment, who played him. Classic album. It sort of reflected the times that we're living in a sense. Listening to it now, you almost sense that nothing's changed. To be honest, this is the band's creative masterpiece. They did went and spoilt it really by doing Queensryche Operation Mindcrime 2, and I can't remember when that came out. But I did listen to it, and Dr. X suddenly, from being having an English accent, it was Ronnie James Dio, and I got him singing on it, which sort of killed it a little bit. It's sort of, I put it this way, I wouldn't go out and buy that, but I'm glad I got this. Ultravox, Systems of Romance. Now, this is the band's third album, and it was the last album to feature John Foxx and Robin Simon. It's got a special known track here, Slow Motion. It was also the last album for Island Records. But it was the first album to feature Ultravox in that name. The first two albums had the Ultravox with the exclamation mark at the end of it. They were big fans of Noi, and they used that exclamation mark as a sort of inspiration. So on the first two albums, sorry. I think it's a really good album. I think early Ultravox is worth checking out. It's one of the first two albums. I've got to search the other two albums out, but they're definitely worth checking out. Well, obviously in the UK, when John Foxx left, Midge joined, Vienna came out. It's an album which I've done a video review on. It suddenly took off in the UK. John Foxx went on his own he as a solo artist, but certainly I would give those first three Ultravox albums a go. They're worth checking out. Altered Images Bite, which was their third and final album, released in 1983. They got Clegg Rogan on the front. She was obviously she was the singer of the band, the main focus of the band. Two hit singles about Don't Talk to Me About Love and Bring Me Closer were the two hit singles. But at this point, I think the band realised they were starting to run their course. They pretty much split up just after the album was released. It was trying to be a more mature sound. Happy Birthday and Pinky Blue, the other two albums, were sort of like indie pop sort of way, and I think they tried to be a bit more mature, try to be with the sound. It didn't do as well as all the other albums. So, but it's still a good album. It's again, Altered Images. I'd check them out. Angelic Upstarts, Teenage Warning. I suppose their big album. Their major label album, released in 1979. You've got here, Teenage Warning was a hit single for them. On an Upstart was another hit single for them. Probably the best known track was Little Towers. Now, this was a song about the police, about a guy called Little Towers who died in police custody. And if I remember right, I think he was. There was nothing to it. Perhaps he was a gay man or something like that. Produced by Jimmy Percy, who was the lead singer of Sham 69, and he was pretty much at his peak with the band, and he was quite a popular producer. As the punk albums go, it's not too bad. Angelic Upstarts was sort of like precursors of what was known as the Oi movement, that sort of offshoot of punk in the late 70s, early 80s. Still going. Thomas Mincy is still producing music. So again, quite happy to have had that. Next artist, I got I'll pick a few of their albums. His albums. This is Tim Buckley. This is Blue Afternoon. I'm so lucky to pick these up because Tim Buckley albums are very rare to find. So, as I say, Blue Afternoon on here. I'm trying to remember which album it is. Here's the record comes flying out there. That's not what's planned. There's the in a sleeve cover there. Absolutely wonderful album. The thing with Tim Buckley, you get to find when you go into his career is that and listen to his albums is that he part of that time he does his own thing. I Must Have Been Blind, The River, So Lonely, Blue Melody, The Train. Just great songs, and he uses his voice. He uses that as a tool himself, and that probably adds a little bit to him. His legend. He's worth checking out. I mean, I picked up a CD of Star Sailor, and he totally goes in a totally different direction. In fact, some of it could be classed as unlistenable. But by the time he comes to his final two albums, this is Veronica, and this has got the Imperious Dolphins on here, and it's a beautiful song. In a way, he started to go back into he'd gone away from his experimentation, and he started going back to sort of stuff. I would say more tuneful stuff. I would say there were tunes. His songwriting skills come back. This was released on the Discreet label, which is an offshoot of Warner Brothers. Another wonderful album. And then the final one of Tim Buckley I found was his final album. This is Look at the Fool. Released in 1974. Again, wonderful. Title track, Bring It On Up, Ain't It Peculiar, Freeway Blues, Helpless, Chew on a Moon, Who Could Deny You, Mexico Voodoo, Wanderloo, Down in the Street. The songs were getting there, in my opinion, and unfortunately, Tim Buckley passed away the following year, 75. Accidental overdose. Interesting fact about Tim Buckley is that he appeared in a film with O.J. Simpson that never got released. There you go. I read that somewhere in one of the music magazines in the UK. Final album in this batch is Curved Air's second album. This is the one that features Backstreet Love, and a glorious example of 70s album packaging. So open it up, you see on the front you've got the sort of like rainbow effect there. So you open it up, there you got your pink, then you got your sort of green, then you got your blue, and then you go that way. That way to get your purple, and your record is inside here. Just got to be careful that you don't go flying out. Get this back in. And there you go. And that's the 10 albums. That Curved album's worth checking out. Those early albums, they did better in the States than it did in the UK. It was probably if I show it back again, maybe their biggest album on the back of Backstreet Love. Album-wise, they didn't really do much in the UK. Pretty much split. Did another album, it's pretty much split up, then come back together. And they're still going. Sonia Christian has still got a version of the band going. Yeah, worth checking out. Worth checking out Curved Air if you're into like your prog. So there you go, VC. Those are your 10 albums that I've listened to, which I'm going to show you. So as far as today goes, looking outside, it's going to be, as I said, summer's over and it's, I think, lashing down, which is not a bad thing for me because I'm expecting a delivery of a couple of Calyx units. Yes, these are, you can say these are a little bit full. So I've got just a couple more units coming in, just to only small units, just to take the pressure, and probably will get filled in time. Hope you enjoy your Sundays. If you're new to the channel and you like what you see, click on the subscribe button. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Always love the interaction, and I appreciate the comments as well, and we'll get back to you. So whatever you do today, VC, enjoy it. Keep spinning, and more importantly, keep smiling.